My experience with chiropractic has been spread out across the last 8 years or so, and I've been to about 10 chiropractors. And I'd say my first really significant experience with chiropractic happened just a few weeks ago. It had been pretty normal leading up to that adjustment. It was great. And then that chiropractor went back to Barcelona. But there's cases like my cousin, where the doctors told my aunt that my cousin was never going to be at a very high cognitive level. And my aunt was talking to her chiropractor one day, and he asked her to bring my cousin in for a checkup and see if he could do anything. And she brought my cousin in, and the chiropractor did a two-finger adjustment on her sternum. And to this day, my cousin has no symptoms. You would never have guessed that she had that prognosis growing up, and she's coming up on 19 years old. So why do chiropractors get such variable results? Some people get miracles, some people really nothing happens. Why are there miracles at all? Let's start by talking a little bit about what chiropractors do. So I have my friend Coco here to help me explain. And when you walk into a chiropractor's office, what they're going to do is lay you down on the table and find a place, generally in your spine, but it doesn't have to be, where the energy that goes from your brain to every cell in your body, telling it what to do, isn't flowing. There's some distortion in the message as it's going through. And once they find that spot, they're going to deliver an impulse to that spot, and that will restore the flow. It will allow your brain to communicate with your cells and tell them they need to heal, they need to relax, they need to perform, and it restores that function. But it's really important to remember that the chiropractor's adjustment is not what does the healing. Chiropractors believe that the power that made the body heals the body, and that your natural state is health, that we are designed to live happy and healthy lives. Now that we have a basic understanding of why chiropractic works, let's talk a little bit about why doctors get such a wide variety of results. Whenever you go to any doctor, be it an MD, a chiropractor, a massage therapist, a surgeon, their knowledge plus their intent is going to give you their results. The knowledge is the part that brings their consistency. That's why MDs have helped so many people, because they've done the research, they've figured out what works for the vast majority of people, and they do that over and over and over again, and it has saved life after life after life after life. And the second part of the equation is your intent, and that's where the miracles come in. This is when the doctor is able to set aside the flat tire he had on the way to work today, the money that he's hoping you'll actually pay at the end of your appointment, the other 10 patients that he has in his room. And it's when he's able to focus in 100% on you as the patient and focus on his desire and confidence that you will get better. The time for me that this came into play was about 15 years ago. My dad got diagnosed with leukemia. And he went into his doctor, they had a great meeting, and then they finished. And the doctor sat back and he said, "You know what, I've been doing this for a long time. And whenever I have a patient like you that is determined to get better, they do." And he continued to express his confidence that my dad would, in fact, recover from leukemia. And he did. 15 years later, he's a picture of health. When doctors treat their patients with love, it turns their educated mind into something incredibly powerful. Their treatments, the way they address their patients, the way they interact with their staff, it all comes naturally because their number one priority is the well-being of their patients. They're not distracted by all the other things that are out there in the world. And they just have an innate sense for what their patients need to do because they connect with them on a deeper level. And that connection, when they are able to transfer their faith, confidence, and belief that the patient will in fact get better into their patient, that's when it unleashes the miraculous healing power innate to each and every one of our bodies.